Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hanif Nur Fatur Rahman. I'm from Magister Management, State University of Jakarta. In this equation, I would like to continue my research as thesis about operational efficiency as a moderator of the influence of environmental, social, and governance on financial performance. An empirical study on non-financial companies leads on the Indonesia Stock Exchange in 2040 to 2023. Okay, let's begin with a descriptive analysis, and you can see the table. The table is the descriptive statistics show that firms ROA variable widely with most companies having low profitability, while only a few are highly profitable. ESG scores are moderate on average, but differ greatly across firms, reflecting unequal commitment to sustainability. Within ESG dimension, the environmental score is generally low and highly varied. The social score is more evenly distributed but still limited in many firms, and governance scores are relatively high, although some firms still lag in good governance practice. Meanwhile, asset efficiency and total asset turnover also varies considerable, with a few firms showing very high efficiency while most remain below average. Okay, next is a selection of panel data regression model. We can show the cow test and Hosman test and in overall all model 1 to 8, based on the result of the review, based on the result of the cow and Hosman test across all models, the cow test produced a probability value of 0.000 for both the cross-section V and cross-section T-square. This indicated that the FAM or fixed effects model is more appropriate than the common effect model. Furthermore, the Hausman test result for all models also probability value below 0.05, indicating significant difference between FAM and RAM. The fixed model or FAM remains the most suitable model for all research models. Next, classical assumption test. In this, we saw the table. You can see the multi-correlated test result for all models show that the VIV value are below 10 and the tolerance value are above 0.10. Therefore, it can be concluded that no multi-correlated problem exists in any of the models, indicating that the independent variables are not highly considered that are appropriate for regression analysis. Meanwhile, the heteroscedasticity test result based on Bruch-Pagan-Godfrey for all models indicate that the probability value of OBSR square are below 0.06, leading to the conclusion that all modern constant heteroscedasticity. To address this issue, the estimate generalized least square (EGLS) method with cross-section wedge was applied. This method provides more efficient estimation and robust residual variance, ensuring that the hypothesis testing results remain valid and reliable. The next, we will present about panel data regression result. In this table, we can see interaction about model 1 show that interaction about ROA and ESG have a negatively significant correlation. And we can see model 2 interaction of total asset turnover on the relationship between environmental performance and ROA is positively significant. And then we can see the model 3 is a relationship between environmental performance and ROA. We can see negatively significant. And in model 4 we can see the effect of total asset turnover moderate between relationship of environmental performance and ROA. We can see can negatively significant. And then we can see the model 5 is explain relationship between social performance and ROA is negatively significant. And then model 6 we can see the effect of moderating efficiency operational between relationship of social performance and ROA is positive significant. And then we can see the model 7 of governance performance and ROA. We can see the negatively significant. And then we can see the last of model. You can see interaction of efficiency of operational between relationship of governance performance and ROA is positively significant. The next we will present about discussion of data analysis. One is the effect of ESG on financial performance and the moderating rule of operational efficiency. The regression result of Model 1 showed that the ESG variable has a significant negative effect on financial performance with coefficient of minus 0.00664 and probability value of 0.00. This finding indicates that the higher the ESG score, the lower the company's financial performance. Such results suggest that ESG implementation still entails cost consequences, such as complications with environmental standards, social program, and governance practice that in the short term support profitability. The study findings are consistently with Trog et al. 2025, who found that ESG has a negative impact of ROA due to the high implementation costs, particularly in regions with relatively low internally efficient. Similarly, Aguilera Calcula 2020 also report that ESG score could negatively affect the profitability of multinational firms unless they process sufficient financial slack to absorb sustainability related expense. And then the regression result of model 2 indicate that the interaction variable between ESG and operational efficiency has a significant positive effect on financial performance with coefficient of 0.00603 and a probability value of 0.001. This suggests that operational efficiency plays as important moderating role by mitigating the negative impact of ESG on financial performance. These findings are considered with Truk et al. 2025, who explained that ESG can only contribute positively to profitability when it is international into efficient operational size system, as well as with Ridwan Al-Ghifari 2025, who found that the positive relationship between ESG and ORA is significant only in firms with high efficiency level. The next, the effects of environmental performance on financial performance and the moderating rule of operational efficiency. The regression result of Model 3 showed that the environmental performance variable has a significant negative effect on financial performance with coefficient of 0.0000626 525 and probability value of 0.00. This indicates that the higher the environmental performance score, the lower the company's financial performance. The finding is in the line with Savira and Rahman 2023. We report that the environmental dimension of ESG negatively affects firm value due to high implementation cost and symbolic reporting practice. It's also consistent with Salimatu Sadia et al. 2025, who emphasizes that without cost-efficient strategies and opportunity capital structure, strong environmental performance doesn't necessarily translate into optimal financial outcome. The regression result of Model 4 show that the interaction variable between environmental performance and operational efficiency doesn't have significant effect on financial performance, with a coefficient 0.000851 and a probability value of 0.5541. This indicates that operational efficiency isn't proven to strengthen the effect of environmental performance on financial performance. This finding doesn't support hypothesis 4, which points that operational efficiency will have a positively moderating effect of the relationship between environmental performance and financial performance. The result is consistent with Salimatu Sadia et al. 2025, who emphasized that without appropriate efficiency strategies, environmental practice may in fact increase cash burden and fail to make a significant contribution to financial performance. Next, we can discuss about the effect of social performance on financial performance on the moderating role of operational efficiency. The regression result of Model 5 show that the social performance variable has a significant negative effect on financial performance with a coefficient of minus 0.00318 and probability value of 0.113. This indicates that the higher the social performance score, the lower the company financial performance. These findings support hypothesis 5, which states that social performance negatively affect financial performance. The result is consistent with Safira and Rahman 2023, who found that the social dimension of ESG either has no significant impact or might even reduce firm value, as many social programs are merely symbolic and not integrated into the core business strategy. It is also in line with Salimatu Sa'diyah et al. 2025, who emphasized that social disclosure can only yield positive effect when supported by internal efficiency and a sound capital structure. The regression result of model 6 showed that the interaction between social performance and operational efficiency has a significant positive effect of financial performance, with a coefficient of 0.00604 and probability value of 0.000. This indicates that operational efficiency is proven to strengthen the effect of social performance on financial performance. These findings are consistent with Ramdini and Hartini 2025, who found that social disclosure positively impact market value only in firms with high efficiency level, as well as with Palani et al. 2023, who showed that companies with efficient business process are able to link social program with improvement in operation profit. The study also alleged that Trout et al. 2025, who emphasized that internal efficiency is the key for social activities to go beyond symbolic effort and actually generate financial benefits. Next, we can discuss about the effect of governance performance on financial performance and the moderating rule of operational efficiency. The regression result of model 7 indicate that governance performance has a significant negative effect on financial performance, with a coefficient of minus 0.00473 and a probability value of 0.005. This finding implies that the higher the corporate governance score, the lower the financial performance. This result supports hypothesis 7, which posits that governance performance negatively affects financial performance. The findings are in line with Safira and Rahman 2023, who implies that governance practice is many firms remain largely formalistic. For example, through the presence of independent commissioner of passive audit committees, thus providing a substantial contribution to operational efficiency or profit engagement. The result is also consistent with Salimatu Sadia et al. 2025, who demonstrate that governance can only yield positive impact when supported by a sound capital structure. Whereas in the absence of such support, governance mechanism may actually suppress fair value. Accordingly, the study strengthens the view that governance practice lagging substantive implementation may increase complicate costs, that will be exerting a negative impact of financial performance. And the last of discussion of data analysis is the regression result of model A revealed that the increase between governance performance and operational efficiency has a significant positive effect on financial performance with a coefficient of 0.00511 and probability value of 0.004. This finding indicates that operational efficiency is able to strengthen the relationship between corporate governance and performance and financial performance. The results support hypothesis 8, which state the operational efficiency positively moderate the relationship between governance performance and financial performance. The findings are consistent with Rahmadini and Hartini 2025, who report that governance significantly influence market value only in firms with high efficiency, as well as with Salimatu Sadia et al. 2025, who emphasizes that strong governance become effective in injecting firm value only when it's not considering by bureaucracy and integrate into efficient operational system. Moreover, the study is also aligned with Truk et al., who saw the governance can improve ROA and ROA only support by agile operation structure and efficiently supporting system. And then conclusion of the research is the finding of the study indicate that ESG both is a grade of across its individual pillar has a negative significant effect of financial performance. This suggests that the implementation of environmental, social, and governance indicators tend to reduce from financial performance. In other words, the cost and the result allocated for as practice has not yet been fully effective in delivering a positive impact profitability. Operational efficiency, as measured by total asset turnover, is proven to play an important role in the relationship between ESG and financial performance. The analysis showed that operational efficiency is able to strengthen the positive and significant relationship between aggregate ESG and financial performance. This implies that firms that are more efficient in utilizing their assets are relatively more capable of optimizing the cost arising from sustainable practice, thereby maintaining financial performance. The research analysis also showed that operational efficiency has a positive and significant role of strengthening the relationship between the social and governance pillars and financial performance. This means that companies capable of managing their asset efficiently can transform social activities into search of adds value with a positive impact. Firms with high level of efficiency can also turn governance into a more productive instrument. For example, through more efficiently transparent, well target internal control and faster decision making. In contrast, for the environmental pillar, operational efficiency is notable to strengthen the influence of environmental performance of financial performance. In the world, even though firms strive of improve asset utilization efficiency, such efforts are influenced to offset the cost arising from the implementation of environmental policies, such as investment in green technology or waste management. This finding indicates the economic benefit of environmental activities don't automatically materialize, even firms with a high level of operational efficiency. Recommendation. First, for companies, the implementation of ESG shouldn't be carried merely to comply with regulatory requirement or a symbolic reporting, but rather integrate into the core business strategy. Firms need to ensure that every ESG initiative goes hand in hand with improving operational efficiency so that the cost incurred can generate commensurate economic benefits. The environmental dimension which in this study saw a negatively effect should be managed through more innovative approach such as investing in environmentally friendly technologies oriented toward energy efficiency and long-term cost reduction. In the social and governance dimension, companies need to avoid practices that are merely formalities and instead emphasize programs with measurable impact on productivity, employer loyalty, customer satisfaction, as well as governance that truly increase managerial accountability. In this way, ESG can function not as a burden but a strategic instrument in creating financial value. Second, for future research, the finding of the study open opportunity for future exploring by extending the observation period, including additional industry sector of employing more diverse financial perform indicators such as Tobin's Q or market to book value, so that the relationship between ESG and financial performance can be portrayed more comprehensively. Moreover, the operational efficiency variable used in this study can be expanded with alternative measures such as cost efficiency or labor productivity. To provide a broader understanding of the internal mechanism within firms, future studies may also consider external factors such as government regulation or institution investor pressure, which has the potential to influence the efficiency of ESG and creating financial value. Thank you for your attention. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.